I'm going to do just a little bit more work on the subway tonight. I don't have that much time, but I wanted to do a couple of things. First of all, I want to show you when I did these wires here, I just used path, and these things aren't finalized yet. But I want to show you. If you go to the preferences and search for extra and add curves extra objects, and that'll allow you to select two objects like that, and then Shift A, curve, and now you can come down to knots and choose catenary, and that sort of simulates gravity pulling on a wire of some sort. You can change A here, what I believe is the amplitude, so maybe I'll bring that up to there. Careful about the number of steps. If you convert this to a mesh, you can have a lot of points. So I'll put in 12, which still may be a lot. And the bevel radius. All right, I get this effect. So it's an easy way to do a bunch of stuff like that. I'll do another one over here, and then we'll see what I'm going to do with that. All right, I've got the same, so I'm just going to adjust this a little bit, make it a little bit different. It's not that much different, actually. Maybe that's too low. So let's do that again. Curve, knots. Okay, stuff like that. Yeah, so we'll see how all that's going to come together. Now I want to do some other work with these, with this pipe and another one. I'm going to bring that down a little bit, and I'm going to create another pipe. First of all, I'm going to just hide this. I'm going to go Shift A, Mesh Torus, and I guess it's over there. Before I do anything, right here, I might change this to 24, and I'll leave everything else. Okay, that's all right there. And the old-fashioned sort of way of making a pipe curve, anyhow, in wireframe. I'm going to box select all of this and that, and now I'm going to take this edge, E, and I'll come out a little bit, and then E, and I'll come out further. Oops, let's not do that. Extrude, and extrude to come straight. Okay, now this piece I want to put over in the corner here. Okay, before I go any further, I'll grab that edge and bring it out. And same thing with this edge, bring it out. Let's start seeing where we're at. Shade smooth. So this guy, let's set the origin of geometry. We need a bit of room here because I'm going to attach it to the ceiling. Okay. And so what I was thinking I would maybe do is maybe grab that edge, Shift D, pull it down, scale it a bit, P to break it out, select it and set the origin of geometry and zoom in on that. And let's extrude like this. E and S will come in. E and S will come in, and then grab these edges, bevel them maybe just once. Now if I put just one subdivision, that's probably enough. And then what I thought I would do, just to make it easy, is to inset here and scale in the Y. And maybe just use that. Let's extrude that up. Let's scale set 0. And imagine that's coming up to the ceiling. Get rid of those first of all. And we do have the ceiling. And then grab those, bring them right up. So that could hold the pipe, and I could just put that along here and there. Maybe just a couple along here, and a couple over on that side. Shift D, rotate Z 90, and come on back. Let's focus on that. Okay, so we'd have that, and for the big one, I'll probably do the same kind of thing. Let's just Shift H and focus on that, and Shift. There, we got that. Let's copy that over and scale, and P to break it out. Didn't do that right. Extrude it out. E and S. E and S. We'll bevel these. Control 1. Okay. And then we'll look down from the top. I'll take these two top faces and inset. We'll scale in the Y, make it a little bit squarer. E. Now this one doesn't come up as high, but I want to make sure it looks okay. I guess it ends. SZ0. Get rid of those. Let's see what that would look like with the ceiling, if there's enough. Small amount. It's pretty thick, isn't it? Let's do this. Shift Alt and click on this, and let's Control plus and Control plus, and let's try Scale Shift Z. It doesn't warp that too much. I could probably live with that. It's a bigger pipe. Okay. Shift D. Okay. All right, so that's holding that up. Maybe I need one more, I don't know. I'm still thinking it's a bit thick, but yeah, it'll never get seen, but in case I'm here. Yeah, it's very thick, and it's a thick pipe. Okay, well, good enough. Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I think probably the last thing I'm going to do for this video anyhow, copy that out, break it out, take that, let's kill the array on that, and set the origin of geometry, scale Z, some kind of electrical panel. fit in there, somewhere in there, maybe in the second one, like that. Okay, now let's extrude it so it's got the bevel on it. Let's split it in half, but first actually let's we'll do that later. I'll take it back. I'm gonna put an edge loop here and bring it out. I want 0 segments, and up here do that, and I'm gonna take this, extrude it in, and maybe grab the edge inside here and pull it out a bit. Let's go with that for the moment. And then come in here. Nice sort of big area, but wider. And grab this stuff. Just pull it out a bit. I have to pull out a good amount to keep that bevel. And let's select that. Bring the cursor there. And how do I want to do this? Circle, but maybe like just like 8. Rotate Y90. And make some very small bolts. Geez, I'm just gonna hit F to make a face. And extrude back. And bevel. Yes, there's a fly. That would probably be okay considering I'm going to be back here. So, let's look at this. Bring it here. That's okay. 3D cursor is right in the middle. But I gotta set the origin to the 3D cursor. So we got that so far. Let's go a little further here now. Let's grab these edges. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Control B, pull, give a nice bunch of segments to round it. We can try shading smooth. There might be some shading issues, so I'll deal with that later. Now I want to come in here and Control B again. And then I'll just take this area and I'll inset it like that. And then I'll Shift D and I'll take this piece out. And P, I'm going to break it out. Scale that in the, well, actually, let's just give it some thickness. And I'll get rid of that. No, I won't. Control L. And let's rotate Y and do it like this. Rotate Y a bit more. Scale it. Now we'll scale in the Y. I might just push it in. I don't care if it's embedded a little bit. Now, how many segments do I have on that? I could probably get away with less. I could probably get away with that. Let's make sure I apply rotation and scale. Yeah. And actually, I'm going to take it out for a second. I will get rid of this back face. Then I will grab this edge and switch over to normal or local. Which one? Either of those? Okay, none of you are going to help me out. There we go. Let's scale that in the Z. Just trust trust what it says, and I'll pull it back in and do that, and then we will array this in the Z. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to cut this, and then we'll work on a few other things. I'm going to hit Shift H, and I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to put an edge loop like that, and then in wireframe I'm going to box select all of this. Did I get? Okay, let's do it in face selection. P, break those out. Okay. Pull that back. And then come into these edges, E and S, and scale this in the Y just a little bit. And we'll see if I don't like that much roundness. I might not want that much roundness. I still want it pretty round. Let's do that. And this one, I'm going to do a similar thing. E and S. And scale in the Y. And this one doesn't have as much because of all the other stuff going on. Let me pull that in. So we got a bit of a break there. And let's see what we can do here. Let's try weighted normal. Yeah. I guess that's going to be all right like that. Let's take all of this stuff here, though, and put this in a collection. And let's call this electrical panel 1. In case there's more than one. And all of this stuff here, let's take all of this and let's move that to a collection. I'm going to call this big pipe. And I'll move that to a collection, and I'll call that little pipe. Not everything is in collections. Let's see what that's looking like so far. Let's get that out of there, though. Let's turn off overlays, and let's go Control Spacebar to maximize. This maybe is a bit big. We'll have some pipes and stuff connecting to that. These don't look too realistic yet. But that's what we have as we slowly build this scene up. More to come. I'm thinking of security camera and garbage can. I think there is one more real quick thing that I'll do, though, just before we go. And I'm just going to do this how I want to do this. I want to just make a metal bar kind of gate-like thing or boundary or barrier. So we have that one there, and I'm going to do something else. So I'm going to do it with my old way of doing it. It works pretty good. And I'll come up with a use for it sometime. All right. Merge at center. All right, so I got that. Okay, good enough. Let's just go. So E to extrude, real simple. E to extrude. E to extrude. Come on down. Snap to vertex. Snap to the same level as that. That's it. Take those two. Control Shift B, or Shift Control B, pull back, roll your mouse up a bunch of times, and object mode, convert to curve, and increase the bevel depth. Not too much, better hold Shift. All right, I don't want it to cross over, I want it to maybe about that thick. Let's shade smooth. All right, similar to the torus curve, not quite as curved, but that's okay. And then what I'll do is I'll take these 2 points, as long as there's a face between them, Shift D, pull them down, and P to break it out. So I got just that one now, and I can reduce that a little bit maybe, and we'll scale in the axe, we'll push it in. So we'd have that effect so far. And then I'm thinking of converting this. Now we got to be careful. Up here, resolution. Okay. I'm going to turn that down to 3. And I suppose I could convert that one too, but I don't really care. So let's go convert to mesh, and let's have a look at it. So it's not too high poly. And then what I'll do is I'll select both of those rings, come over to individual origins, and let's go E and S. Like that. E and come down. Better bring everything up. Okay, like that. And then E and S come out again. And then come down one more time. Okay, Control 1, shade smooth, and I'm going to go back to median point and edge loops. This guy geez, you need some support, so come on down here, like that, and I'll grab these 2. I don't want too many segments, I just want like 1. I'll do the same thing here. An edge loop coming in, and an edge loop coming down. Might as well put this at even 2, I think, maybe even 1. Let's just convert that to a mesh. And then that can still be adjusted. You know, I can put it up there. And if I wanted to, I could, do the typical E and Alt S. I'm just doing everything too fast today. And do that with the, and then sharpen it. Would that be any better? I don't think I really want to do that though right now. So this, I can just move that. This is, let's put that in barrier. And let's rotate Z90 and just throw it over here in the corner for now. so we got it if we want it. All right, so that's what we have so far. And I think for this video, I'm going to leave it at that. No, there is one more thing I want to do, and that is this. This was bugging me before. That's it. That's all we had to do. Okay. So there's our subway scene so far. And lots more to do.